All right. Hello, this is L. Jermaine Russell, and welcome to Stocks and Squats. I know I've been doing more trading videos than I actually have been doing workout videos because I've been a little bit on the go. I haven't really been able to stop myself to do a couple of workouts. I've been doing a little bit more reading to ensure that the trading knowledge that I pass along to you is efficient and proficient. So, with that being said, please like or subscribe this channel so you can get more videos like this of me showing you different trades that I've done, and I can continue to educate you there. And I guarantee you, you will have more workout videos as I wait on a microphone that can actually like pick up my voice a whole lot better while I'm doing my workouts. So, with that being said, pretty much just gave you a little introduction. Stocks and Squats, here to educate you mentally, physically, financially, right? So, part of this is now looking at some of these trades that I did during the week of July 7th, no, July 6th to July 10th. So I came out the country. I did not come out the country. I came out of the state of New York. New York is its own country in itself. And I came out to go visit my sister in Arizona. So there was a couple of trades that I did not get to go over with you recently. So I wanted to go over just which one was it? Not oh yes, OSUR. OSUR is OSUR. They're the ones that do like the swabs and stuff like that for HIV. I probably shouldn't have sold this today, but I think I was just getting more frustrated because it wasn't breaking out of 14, which it should have. I bought this at 13.50 yesterday. It was coming to $14, and I was on the plane. I was thinking that it was going to break $14, but it didn't. And then today we had a red day. I'm anticipating that on Monday it kind of like you get a green candlestick to cover what happened on this red day. Now, each candlestick represents one day. Just to reiterate that, I'll leave a key ledger in the description box. But essentially, with this type of run up like that, you're going to anticipate a day where it's going to come down. It did that here before it kept on going back up, right? So I should not be really impatient with this one because I do see it continuing to rise. I don't see that this will stop. So this is one just to really just be patient with. And it's very boring too. And that's another thing. I've been trading stocks that's just been, going through the roof for at least 100% on the day, and they're just moving. The next couple of stocks, I'm going to show you that. It's just been moving and has been able to, grab quick gains off of those. So with this one, because it's so slow, it just made it a whole lot less interesting to be a part of. I only lost 3 cents a share on this one. Like I said, I bought it on Wednesday after it spiked. I've been looking at it for a couple of days, but I wasn't 100% sure if I really wanted to get it. Just because they were getting a whole bunch of support from Walgreens, doesn't mean that Walgreens will, actually show something profitable during this year because, everything with COVID, we don't know how great the testings are and if there will be any testings at any Walgreens itself. So I was just playing a couple of things in the mind of myself as I was thinking about trading or investing into this. So I ended up buying. I bought it just when the 50 EMA crossed over the VWAP. The VWAP is this purple line. You can probably see it there. No, you can see it there a little bit. That's being highlighted. So it showed like a big gap during the pre-market. So that's why it even caught my attention. So when it gapped up and had a morning panic, essentially, it came down to the 100 EMA, which is this yellow line. It was trading above these EMAs until towards the end of the day where it came to 1330. I wasn't necessarily too worried because I knew that was going to be support because that was former support going back 1330 wasn't here. Let's go to the hour chart. Each candlestick represents 1 hour. So 1330 that's about 1340, 1330. So if we come back here, this was 1330. So I figured that it was going to hold there and bounce on up, which it did the very next day. Um, the very next day, I know this is the hour chart. I'm going to go back to the 2 minute chart. So the very next day, it continued to go up. And I thought here, like I said, I was on the plane. I actually had a sell order at $14 because I thought it was going to sell at $14. It did not. It went up to 19.32. As you can see, all EMAs cross over the VWAP, which is particularly what I like, and that's why it did cross over. I mean, that's why it did come up to 14, but at the same time, the 200 EMA did not cross over the VWAP at with the same intensity. So it didn't really, go higher as I anticipated. So today, I just got tired of it as it was continuing to downtrend. Like I said, I'm in a new time zone. So like today, as opposed to Thursday, everything is kind of like today's Friday. Everything is kind of like messed up for me. So I'm like constantly redirecting my thoughts to Eastern Standard Time as opposed to Pacific Standard Time here in Arizona, which is very hot, by the way. So I should have sold here. It was literally probably about what 7:30, 7:56, I should say. The time over here, I was up at 3:30, waiting to sell another stock that I'm going to show you very shortly. But yeah, I saw this and was like, this is happening too much. As you know from previous videos, if the 50 EMA starts to cross below the 200 EMA, then we're going to have an issue. And that's what we had here. It just continued to trade down lower. And not only did it trade down lower than the 1330, but it started to break down towards 1320, which is now starting to form a new support. So I'm not 100% sure, what it will do on Monday, other than try to, if enough buyers come in, try to buy up this 1320 area so that it can cover up the 1350 candlestick. So like if we go back to this chart here, we see that 1320 is pretty much like that support area. 1376 is pretty much the place where it opened up at today. So if it can, and I'm using 1360, really, not even 1350. If on Monday, if the stock can trade green, first off, create a green candlestick, and engulf this candlestick from 1320 to 1360, then I think that this will go a little bit higher. Kind of like what it did here. It kind of engulfed this whole candlestick and went higher. So that's OSUR. GRAF, that's also another stock that I was holding. And this is dealing with electric cars. This is a SPAC. If you are familiar with some of the previous videos, I've traded a couple at SPACs, which is special private acquisition companies. These companies really just try to acquire private companies and boost up their stock price. We see that with Nikola or Nikola, NKLA. That's what happened here. They were bought and then put onto the market, and they've been trading ever since. At this pretty much this inflated price. I kind of still want to see this do some more selling off, but that's what SPACs have been doing. If you want a little bit more, you should probably read what SPAC is. I'm not going to get too much into it. I just wanted you to see the chart pattern itself. And I wanted to sell this earlier actually in the day, but I'm glad I didn't, because not only did it hold, but it held near its resistance level at this 2023 area. Even though it closed at $20.10, it is still showing some type of strength to the upside. We have some momentum strength going to the upside. It's not overbought. So I can see this kind of testing the 2096 area. and then possibly going towards 24.35. Even though I do like the day trade, like actually just hold the trade over for that one day, this was one of those stocks that I don't mind holding. And I'm going to show you one other stock that I don't mind holding either. That is also a SPAC. So with this one, as we could tell, it's been running up, and this is the hour chart. I'm sorry. Let's go to the 2-minute, 5-day chart. So as we can tell, today, it was, no, I bought it here. Sorry. This was on Wednesday, right? Thursday, I'm on the plane. Thursday, I'm thinking, hey, it can go higher than this $20.80. I ended up buying when it came back, and I should have been a little bit more diligent because, like I always say in all of my videos, always buy near the 200 EMA. I still fail to do that at times because more than likely when a stock does a spike like this, it will always come back down to the 200 EMA. And I covered the EMAs in my EMA hack video that shows you all these spikers that's been happening, particularly with the SPACs too. But on the intraday chart, when stock spikes up as much as it does, it can always pull back, and it will pull back to the 200 EMA. So this is where I really should have bought at, in the maybe $18.50 area, but more in the 18.20, 18.35 cent area. So not only did it bounce off not only did it bounce off the 200 EMA, but it found some upside, and then when it found some upside, it was testing pretty much this previous high. So that would have been $1.50 a share. It went from 18.35 to 20.24. So yeah, that's roughly $1.25. So if you put in like 150 shares, and granted only bought 25 shares, I didn't really like risk a whole lot here, mainly because I had money in other positions and I just wanted to make sure that I kind of secured a position in this one. But with this stock, because you have stocks that do give you a return of $1.50 easy, off of these these dip and rips, then it makes it easier to profit. And this was a profitable trade here if you would have did that. But I didn't. I held on to it, and because I bought so high in the first place. And not only did it drop down during the day, which I wasn't too worried. Like I said, I'm in a different time zone today, so it kind of just messed me up a little bit more. That now it's starting to test its previous high, right at $20, which should go to 20.36, which happened here in the after hours and pre-market, and then test here, which happened on that Thursday. So that is GRAF. Like I said, it's associated with electric cars. Just like SPAQ. Now, I traded this very well before, and then I jumped back in because greed got to me, and now I'm down in this position, which is fine. So let's go over the trade. So I bought this the day before on that Thursday, and I think I got it actually when I landed. Yeah, I did. I got it when I landed. And SPAQ is also another company that's dealing with electric cars. And there's a lot of news pretty much about, this private company that wants to go public, and how this company, SPAQ, is looking into bringing it public. But, they're just trying to work out some different financing in the background to ensure that it does come out to the public. So I'm not sure if they push back the time, but I know that they're looking at the day that this company will become a whole nother company just because it acquires it and turns it into an electric car company that's now publicly traded, kind of like Nikola or Nikola, NKLA. I know ticker symbols. So with this stock, as I said, I bought 200 shares. I bought some at 15.47. I was actually trying to buy it a little bit sooner than that, like right there around the $14 area, but I couldn't get in. I think at the time I was probably driving, which you should not drive and trade. So I bought some here, and then I bought a little bit more when it continued to break out up here. And then when I woke up the next day, because this is all after hours, this shaded area here. And then when I woke up, you see this dotted line here, which separates after hours from pre-market. I woke up, it was like 3:30 here in Arizona after going to bed at like 11:30 Arizona time. When I woke up, I sold it at 17.50, 17.15. I was hoping that it would go to $18, which it did when the market opened, which I've been noticing with some of these SPA, CAs, ACs, SPACs, that they do tend to go to that next resistance level once the market opens and then crash. But I wasn't trying to play those games. And then I didn't. And what I ended up doing was, hey, let me jump back in because I believe that it can go up. And I missed this bounce right here, which is what I was really trying to get. I was trying to get this 1670 area, and then it ran and went past me, and then went up to 1760 before coming back down, and then really just trading below the VWAP the whole day. So I ended up buying slightly higher than I wanted to, and didn't quite get it right at the 200 EMA. And then I just kind of just allowed this stock to rock all the way through, as opposed to cutting my losses like I like to do. I typically like to cut my losses. Didn't do that on this one. And I don't know if, you know, when you have a candlestick like this one, when I mean this one, like this type of candlestick right here is usually a strong sign that the very next day it can gap up and then come right back down. Well, with this candlestick, which it pretty much exhibited, is that not only did it gap up and then it came back down, but now it has this like cross here, this red candle cross. If it was a green candle cross, I probably wouldn't be too worried. But when Monday comes around, I might be a little bit worried. You know, I'm down roughly $1 a share, because, you know, I bought average price 17.45, is now at 16.48, trading during the after hours. So I'm down at $1 a share after earning a little over $400 on that one trade that I held barely for, like, you know, not too long. So now it's like recovery mode on this, and the recovery mode should be just breaking even. So I'll be happy if this just breaks even. It's already overbought, and the momentum is still kind of strong. So I'm trying to be hopeful, but I'm not 100% sure if I should be. But it does follow my rules on the EMA hack. You can follow my video or see my video on the EMA hack, where, you know, the EMAs are pretty much the 50, 100, and 200 EMAs are all on one line, and then you have a strong gap up like this, a strong spike, and then you have a gap up the next day. It could continue to go up higher, but I believe that it would try to come down to like this $15 area, if not test this, $15 area right here. You know, so I would just hope that it can, you know, cross back over to 17, even if it goes to about 17.15. I'll cut my losses there, so it won't be like a $200 loss, or $200 loss. It'll be like more of a $40, $50 loss. I can handle that. I don't like three-digit losses. I rarely take those. And if they do, then I know why, because of like my own stubbornness. So that's what I'm anticipating with this one. I'm not 100% sure if it'll do it. So I'll just right now we'll have to go over some more technicals for myself, just to make sure that I am following my rules and can kind of predict what will happen the next trading day, which will be Monday. I'll go over them. So there is two other stocks. Well, there's three other stocks actually, but I'll go over only one other one, because this one I believe would have it will give you more of a better sense of what some of these stocks could really do on the day. I do not like downbeaten charts like this, but And when I say downbeaten, look how downbeaten like it is really just taking it is taking a beating all the way down here. But this company UAVS, which I've tried playing a couple of times. I even tried getting in before this spike, and I'm usually early on these stocks that are less than a dollar or less than $2. I'm usually too early, and then I miss the spike. That's what happened here. Like I got in early, and I missed the spike over here. Well, actually, I sold. I sold into here, so I did catch this, but I didn't capture this move. Um, and then I thought that this was going to do kind of like what it did over here, and it didn't. So I kind of just took my little loss here. I think it was like I sold at what 151, right? Yeah, 151 on average, and then I sold at 139. And I did the same thing back over here. I bought at 161 on average, and I sold at 151. So like I've been trying to get this spike, and like it's doing everything that I typically like. I like where the EMAs are kind of close, so it can spike up. That's what happened over here. You see how close the EMAs were? It spiked up, then it just kind of pulled back, and then did it again, and then did it again. I like that type of move. Um, so with this one, this is what we're getting now, right? We're getting that we have a strong candlestick on the day. It it the candlestick is higher than its previous resistance or previous red day. So that's one, two. This is where the previous resistance was at again at 184, 189. It closed at 194, even though after hours it came down to 185, 87 between your bid and your ask. So now the only thing I want to test is to see if it goes to 230. I really want to see it go to 230, test that area, then I would sell for profit there. Um, that's pretty much my goal, like at 230. I bought in at 184. Yep, 184, right around here. I only bought 100 shares just because, like as you can see, 300 shares, 400 shares didn't come quite go too high. I wanted it, so I said, whatever. I'll just go ahead and buy 100 shares and then see if it actually goes a little bit higher. If it goes higher, like 5, that would be amazing. It would wipe away any loss that I've taken in the past trades. But this, I feel like it could just because of the strength of this candlestick. So I will be looking forward to this one. If we look at it on the intraday chart, every candlestick represents 2 minutes over the past 5 days. Sorry about that. We see, I missed this bounce to the 200 EMA because I was looking at SPAQ pretty much the whole day. I wasted my day looking at that stock because I didn't want it to fall anywhere lower than where it was. I didn't mind taking holding for $1 loss. I just didn't want it to go lower than $1. So not only did it went higher, it did go higher. It went like 15 cents higher than where I bought it, 14 cents. But on the after hours, it pulled back. I'm not a big fan of this stock itself because it has these weird, funky moves. So I just know long-term chart says it's supposed to go up. So I want to test that. I want to see that it does. It did come back to the 200 EMA on the intraday, which all EMAs are over the VWAP. So, that's usually a good sign for me heading into the next trading day. But I'm not 100% sure, so we'll see if that is really the case. If we go back some days, once again, that 180 area is support. So you got 180, 181. That's all support, right around there. Right around here, let's say about more 160, 167, 170. There's more support than 180. So we have that 170 support here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's holding that, right? It's holding above that. It's holding above 170. So because it's holding above 170, now we want to see if it can go higher. than that. And I know like where I previously bought kind of blocks that, but we're right around here, 170. You can see that's a little bit of that's support there. That's more 170 or 173. This is 160, so that's not really real support. Yeah, this one's kind of a little bit harder to find the support in the past data, but it's right around that average area. It's usually clearly defined, but sometimes it's not. So this is one of those times that it's not, because trading is not an exact science, but it just kind of gives you things that rhyme. So I'm hoping that it can really test like right around here. This like I said 130, but 140 would be a good testing area. Um, you know, the, yeah, I can't really see it doing anything else. And then, and then it has nonsense plays like this where, once the market opens, it'll come out with news. I remember looking at this because I said I refused to play this stock because it just wasn't doing what I thought it would do. And you see, I got out once I saw these candlesticks. I'm usually good at getting out when things aren't going right. So I did get out. I did get out with profit, right? It was at 237, sold at 291, 92. Same thing over here. I think you can't really see it too well. 147. Oops. 147. I got out at 190, 195. So I kind of played it okay, but I'm just not a big fan of this stock in particular. And it's only because it has drones, and some nice little contract that is developing with Amazon. So, hopefully it does what I want. Going into Monday, and then there's WIM. I'll probably do a separate video on this one. And where's the other one? EKSO. I kind of traded this, and then I just was like, it's not going to do what I want, and I got out. I jumped in 888, and I sold at 864 because I just saw a little bit more weakness than I wanted. Even though this company has a little bit to deal with rehabilitation for the military, for the Army. So it has like this suit and stuff like that that's supposed to help out with rehab. So this is something that I kind of want to look at, but as you can tell, I tried playing it in the past. It just kind of didn't work out for me. It worked out over here, but not over here. And then this is, the next time I kind of bought a little higher than I wanted to. I like walked away. I told you this time frame kind of messed me up. Like I really should have bought closer to the 200 EMA. I was going to put in the order at 830, but I didn't. It went to 848, and then it popped back up to the 880s. So, really buy at the 200 EMA on the intraday chart. So I think that's about 20 minutes, maybe 25, 28 minutes. I'm trying to keep these videos short as possible because I can get very long-winded on talking. So, these are just kind of some of the plays that I traded this week. I was pretty much up this whole week. I was able to recover some losses that I made in June or towards the end of June on this week. So I'm pretty happy about that. Well, not just this week and last week. So I'm back to being profitable again for the beginning of the month. And I want to make sure that I stay that way throughout the rest of the month. So with that being said, I will continue to enjoy my little time here in Arizona. I'll be here for the next 2 weeks, so I'll try to do a couple live videos as I go forward. So if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please click like or subscribe, and maybe even share a trade of your own. If you have any comments or questions about what I traded or any other stocks that you were looking at and you weren't very sure about the direction that it's going to go to, please leave a comment below in the comment section box. All right, so thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you at the next video.